Hey, friends. Can you hear me okay? Hello?
Hello?
There they are.
Ah, there we are.
I am working on a skeleton spawner farm.
Greetings, podlings. It is I, Zafane Human Person, and we are playing Minecraft tonight. We are going to be building a glow squid farm to help our friends and us with making glowing items. I will momentarily be opening up communications with Riley, and I believe Alex is online as well. So, remember, secret alien.
I wonder if I can.
Oh, thank you, Zekon KBM, for the follow. I'm back, guys.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
And thanks for the follow.
Yes, yes.
I'm thanking your chat for you.
Oh, yes.
They're always so kind.
Yes, it is always a nice thing to have folks decide that they want to watch us.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
unfortunately,
Aquamarine
Zeke, it
Dragonfly.
is a private SMP. We do, however, I believe Riley has a seed, so you can fire up the same world as we had to start.
Yes.
And go from there.
The seed is Goldtail SMP, capital G, capital T, capital SMP, and then you can load up the exact same world and play alongside us if you like, even if we're not in the same server.
Yes.
Aquamarine Dragon. Sonic and Silver are brothers. The reason I thought of that is because of a scene in Back to the Future where they explain timelines. I don't know what that means.
So
I'm not sure what you're saying.
I do apologize if I do a bit of talking here, Riley. I'm setting up the glow squid farm.
Go for it.
I've got a chest here. We've got our habitat under construction here. Just been a big
Nice.
gaping hole in the ground as of this point. But
Fantastic.
it's going to serve its purpose. So I have a big chest here full of most of the things we're going to need. Probably a little more than we need for most of it.
Okay.
But just go down our scaffolding here to the very bottom. And there's going to be a few things we need to do. Firstly, we've got to put down our chest, of course.
Of course.
Because how else are we going to get anything out of there?
And hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you, thank you. So,
There
what was
we
I
go.
walking in on?
I
Pain and suffering.
Oh dear. A lot of it? Or, like,
Moderate amount.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. If I can get this spawner to actually work, I would be thrilled. That's where I'm at right now.
Very good. And with that in mind, I guess I'm just gathering up stuff to begin my own project here.
Good.
I've already got most of the supplies I need. Got some magma blocks, some basic building blocks, some trapdoors, pumpkin, and a bunch of iron. And I suspect that's all I'm going to need. Though, I think I may need a few more stacks of building blocks just to be able to also put together an observatory area. Somewhere where you can hang out of sight.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Fair.
probably that'll mean eventually setting up a water elevator, but that's probably for later.
Okay. Well, I look forward to seeing what you're making.
Thank you, thank you. There's no great mystery to it. It's going to be a slime farm.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Which really means there's only one difficult decision to make ahead of time, and that's where. After all, there's just so many swamps to pick from.
Right.
I don't know. Swamps are a pretty scarce resource on this seed.
I think each of us actually has a swamp right next to our bases. Like, there's so
Oh,
many
God.
swamps.
I really would not be surprised to learn that.
Oh, so you guys won't be able to see this once it's built, so I'm just gonna let you guys in on it as well. Underneath the what you'll be able to see of the glow squid farm, I'm putting a loop of powered rails.
Okay.
Over top of, I've got 4 redstone blocks, on each wall to power them, and this is going to keep a minecart, a hopper minecart, going round and round through the whole thing. That'll be constantly picking up items from the magma blocks that I'll have around the outside.
Okay.
And then depositing them down into the chest. The reason I'm doing that is the magma blocks are going to drag any item downwards and then drop through into the hopper. So that should any squids that get killed should drop their ink directly into the water. And you can do now. This is based on. Let me double check. The guy who made it is Tim Be Nice, or Tim Be Nice on YouTube. It's based on one of his builds, and a comment that kept coming up was, won't the magma blocks, because axolotls are part of the whole farming on it, they kill the squids.
Yes.
So they were saying, won't the axolotls get killed won't they take damage from the magma blocks.
Yeah.
And yes, they do. However, if you don't do it that way, he's tried it with the soul sand to push the items up to the top and get collected that way.
Right.
But the problem there is that you get too many axolotls.
Oh.
Because they'll keep spawning.
Oh.
Yeah.
And they'll take up the spawn cap or something like that.
Yes, exactly. So that was the issue that he showed on that.
What a hilarious issue to have.
Yeah. Because axolotls will spawn under the same conditions as the glow squids.
Right. That's so funny. Well, wait, so wouldn't that also keep the glow squids from spawning then?
If you have too many axolotls, it will.
But if it's light enough, you know what I mean?
Well, we're not making it light. What we're doing is magma blocks don't give off light or much light. But what they do is they drag water downward. And they'll drag any items that are in that water down.
I see.
Well, while I'm thinking about it, will either of you be able to sleep in a little bit?
I am not near a bed, unfortunately.
I may be able to. I am trapped in the pit that I'm building in right now until I can start filling it with water.
Well, fair enough.
Oh,
Sorry
and I'm being
about
shot by skeletons. Oh god.
So let's see if this area to the south is as swampy as it looks, in which case we can just set it up there, right amid everyone's bases.
Oh.
So I'm just double checking.
Oh.
Okay.
Always fun to take your horse through a bunch of trees.
So now comes the fun part, is the infinite water.
Oh, it works. Oh, thank goodness it works. I finally have a working skeleton spawner. Oh
Yay.
my goodness.
After all that.
So let's just stop off here in the village. We can take a moment to sleep in, I don't know, this bed? Yeah, one of these will work just fine. What happened to this house? I'm just going to assume that one of the players came through here and either burnt or removed most of this.
Probably.
Is it one near my base or no?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm guessing, does it have the like floating window panes?
It does.
Yeah. So the thing is, that was made out of terracotta, and I wanted that terracotta.
Okay.
So.
No, I suppose that makes sense. Makes a certain degree of sense.
That is how we humans do. I wanted it, so I took it.
Yeah, that's generally the common way that works. Oh my goodness, it's working.
I
Oh,
suppose I can't contradict that. Right. So let's check for some obvious swamp biomes, shall we?
okay. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta talk to my chat for a little bit.
No worries. Alright, so this is definitely not.
So I'm having to take my time here and fill each set of squares because they will only, well, they probably won't only spawn in source blocks, but I want to be sure. Nothing would be worse than building this whole thing and then realizing after the fact.
Oh yeah. It's that was one of the other questions that had jumped to mind while I was considering how to build this, which is, if we were to use tainted glass to make it constantly spawn, can things spawn on top of tainted glass? We're gonna have to put torches on the top of it.
Aha.
I suppose it'd be a simple solution if so.
I don't think it can, because I think it counts as glass, and glass cannot be spawned on top.
Oh right, it's a transparent block like we.
Yes. I believe.
So, is this a swamp biome? This very, very watery area.
So, if anybody's watching, they can kind of see what the effect that it's having on me is exactly what we want it to have on the items when we go through. Every time I'm passing over where the magma blocks are, it's dragging me down. So.
We have ourselves a nice nearby swamp biome. Now, is all of this swamp? Swamp, swamp, swamp. Yeah, it looks like all of this is swamp. This should do then. So we can just hollow out this central area and make this the site of the spawner. Which, delightfully, it looks like it's already halfway towards what we need.
So now that we have this built up to where we want it to, we're going to have to put a set of... We're going to put temporary blocks here along the entire thing, except for the very end. This is going to give us a water flow in that direction that will make sure items get pushed to the edge. That way they're not going to end up in the middle somewhere here.
Meanwhile, over here, the first thing is simply to clear out the trees. Let's make this a little flatter, remove some potential spawning areas. And after that, it's going to just be evening out the surroundings.
I may have to run back to my spot, my house. In a moment here. Because I'm going to run out of blocks. But you know what? I may have enough if I use... no, I probably won't. So, back to the house it is. One thing I didn't plan on was the temporary blocks. Silly, silly human.
Well, if it's not one thing, it's another, I suppose.
Oh yes, and off stream we also built this beehive setup. It is currently farming both honeycomb and honey. This is based on a Shulkercraft build with a few slight tweaks for mine. Theirs only uses one chest at the top because they were only trying to farm honey from it. We've got ours set up for the left 4 produce honey, the right 4 produce honeycomb. The only thing we have to do is make sure that we only drop bottles in this side and only drop shears in this side.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. I'll have to go over and get a look at that myself later.
Yeah, I have the chests are marked from the side as to what can and can't be placed in them, and if people place the wrong one, then I will have to start breaking fingers.
But of course.
Because it will gum up the entire works, and then I'll have to dig in to fix it. Let's see here. Dirt makes perfect temporary blocks, literally. So back to it we go. All right.
All right,
So-
that's one layer down. I suppose we're going to need to set up a chest. A couple of them before we're done.
Oh, always. You always need more chests than you think you do. That's the one thing I'm constantly building, is chests.
Yep. So we'll go ahead and stash some of the extra building blocks in here for the moment, and the maps. Definitely, let's not hold the maps when we don't have to.
Ah, thank you, Chiptone, for the follow. Welcome to the Griblian Empire.
Let's see then. Now for the next layer of dirt.
So, of course, I put my bucket away, and I need my water still.
As one does.
I'm a handsome man, not a smart one.
Well, you certainly have a very lovely eye.
Thank you. It was not cheap.
Huh. I'm just gonna let that one go, I think. I'm happy for you in that case.
All right. So, as we see, our water is currently flows over to the edge here, but does not, in fact, crest past. So we can knock these out. We're going to knock out this entire layer because we want items to flow up into the top here and get pushed across. Can't do that if there's something in the way.
Now don't worry, there's going to be a lot more to come. I mean, you know, more than just digging out this particular batch of dirt.
Yes.
The big thing here is we need it to be a level playing field, so to speak, because otherwise the slimes won't be able to see the bait. That would be a problem.
There is an Enderman around here that just keeps zipping around willy-nilly.
But I think this
So,
is going to take a lot
If
more
we
shovels.
pretend I'm an item here, if I get pushed up here, I'll get floating along, I'll get pulled all the way across here. A nice leisurely little boat tour, fall down and get pulled down immediately. And that is what we want, because underneath these blocks, we have that hopper minecart zipping around. And that should pick up any of the floating items that go through. Fingers crossed on that. So now, to finish it all off, we do need to make sure that the light level in here stays at 0 at all times, because that is the only condition in which glow squid spawn. So we're going to start putting in our tinted glass. Now, tinted glass, unlike the other glasses, does not let light through. Other glass, while not letting a huge amount of light through, does let some. So, shoot.
Oh, my dear human, I don't suppose you are near a bed and will be able to sleep once the sun goes down.
Unfortunately, no.
Well, that should make this a little more interesting then.
Shouldn't.
Or I suppose we'll just ask the others to sleep.
That should
Yeah,
work.
might as well. There we are. Now then. Wow. That was quick.
Yes. Now that's not as pretty, but it should still work. Made the mistake of doing that
I think this level should
after I had done all of
so.
my water.
Huh. Huh.
If it becomes an issue later, we will fix it. Off stream, of course.
This is gonna take blocking off or torching up later.
So the beauty of the tinted glass, we could use just a solid item to cover this all. However, this will allow us to see inside. It seems I'm going to be short on tinted glass. So let's see if I've got any amethyst shards left, so I can make more. If not, we're going to have to take a quick detour. There's my amethyst clusters and my shards. So let's put our clusters down. With our fortune pickaxe. Alright, that got us 58 clusters, or 58 shards, which is great.
I'm sure we're going to have to dig some of this back out again, but for now.
Alright, that got us another 28 pieces of glass. That should be enough to finish off what we're making. So. Oh, and Alex, to reassure you, the iron farm is still working. I'm just watching a golem burn to death.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Yeah, well, earlier while I was preparing, I had voiced concern that the iron farm may not be working at full capacity.
And there we go. So, sorry.
Everything's good.
So we can see that when we have one piece of glass missing, the inside's kind of lit up. But the second I put that in, boom, it snaps to being pretty much pure black underneath. So we can see down because of the slight light that the magma blocks emit, but that is it. Now, with any luck, in the next while, we're going to start seeing glow squids in there. And with hopefully axolotls will spawn in there as well. If they don't, I do have a small reserve of axolotls over here where we're breeding them. So I can toss one or two in and just to sort of kickstart things. But axolotl showing up will tell us that we have met the requirements that are needed in order to spawn the glow squids as well, because they do have the same requirements. So I'm going to put away my glass. And I think I'm going to grab some stairs. Make some more. Just to give it a nice look. Around the edges.
All right. And I think that will do it for the leveling out. I expect we're going to have to build this platform out a little bit more just to see if we can improve the area where that things will spawn in. But with this, we can begin making what we're actually going to be building here in the middle of this. So, first things first, let's start by digging out the central area for it, which is going to be fairly simple 3x3 area, I think. Let's see, do we have what we need? Oh no, more chests. As always.
We have that going. Now, as with pretty much any
And
sort of
let's
spawning,
make it 4x4.
you can't be exactly on top of it for it to spawn. You have to be at least 30 or so blocks away. So we're going to go down and just see if there's anything in our amethyst geode. Ho ho, there is. So this was the geode that I found earlier. We've cleared it out and left only the budding sapphire stones, which are the only spot that spawn these beauties. The clusters. And the clusters are what give you your shards. Only the large clusters, though. So if we accidentally mine up any small or medium ones, we're just going to slap them back on the budding, where they will grow or continue growing.
Goodness, we're going to be constantly out of space in this one, I suppose.
And once we're sure that our glow squid farm works, I'm going to drop a lot of stuff into the chests at home. Maybe make some obsidian to take with me and to make an ender chest. And then we're going to go exploring. And hopefully find an area to build our little house. Because most of the others on the server have built a home for themselves. But we haven't. We've been more or less concerned with helping everybody out with our farms. So I think after that, we're gonna find a little place to call home ourselves.
Let's go ahead and mute for a second just so we can chat with the chat.
So, keeping this fairly
So
simple,
yeah.
the concept of this farm that we're about to build
All right.
involves,
So
before anything else,
we've got our clusters going. Amethyst is a nice little setup. Every time you give it a little whack, it makes a beautiful sound. And even putting it down is quite a lovely little sound. Now, from what I believe, when you walk on it, it makes a nice sound as well. So we may incorporate that into our home later, since we are making a not quite normal house. So we may include, let's say, maybe put some blocks under some carpet so that it makes a sound when you walk across it, a little ethereal, a little nice. But yeah, we're gonna see what we can do with that. So we're gonna leave those to grow some more, and we'll come back later, check it out.
No, it requires air blocks in the other one, so this needs to be air for the moment. Which means I'm just going to...
So, I don't expect it to have started already. We may have to run around and take out some of the stuff in the area nearby. So nothing spawned in here yet. But it may be... We have had some issue with critters, a bunch of critters in the... There's an Enderman stuck here. So let's give him a welcome. Can't get me. Can't get me. Come on, come on. Wah. Hit me. Come on. Where you at? Where you at, boy? Come on. Come on. Give me your pearl. Come on. He wussed out. Loser. Oh, there he is.
Chests. Does it not like having chests?
I know I can't shoot them, but I'm just trying to bait them into fighting again. Pearls are always a nice thing to have on hand, especially. So, what I was getting at before is that they share their spawning with the other squids. So, if there's squids in an area in the water nearby, that could be an issue. So, we're just going to take a look around, see what we can clean up.
So let's take this.
Ah, what a demanding little mouse.
We just have to get ourselves a torch.
I'll see what I can do.
Which means we're actually going to furnace. We can do up a couple of these logs.
So one of the things we might end up having to do is filling in part of that river. Just to prevent other things from spawning instead of our lovely, lovely glow squids. Now, with my luck, we've built it completely wrong, and it will never give us what we need, but I believe right now it should be working just fine. We've got our chest under here. Oh, we've already got glow squid ink. It's worked miraculously already. So we're going to just make it look nicer. There we go. In fact, we might actually do... how can we do this? If we pop down one, should be able to look up here and do that. Nope. Do that. Nope. Okay, that's the best we can do from that side. So we're going to leave it that way. Boom. So, as we said, it's already giving us. It's already given us a thing of glow squid ink. So it has worked to an extent already. So we're gonna leave it be for now and see if it does any more of that. So the next thing we're going to want to do is get our hands on some obsidian. So that we can make a pair of ender chests. Ender chests work kind of like a tethered chest in some other games, where anything you put in one of them, you can access from the other. So, oops. We're going to see... So an ender chest requires 8 obsidian and an eye of ender. We have 2 eyes of ender. We're going to... And we've got 1 obsidian so far. So we're going to need more of that to get what we want to do. That shouldn't be an issue, honestly. I don't see it being any kind of issue for us. It's just a matter of finding some magma. Now, worst case scenario, we can always pop through our portal to the nether, bucket out some lava. But really, that's sort of counterproductive. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to dump off our amethyst, our slabs, our tuff, put these away. The bucket is there purely for, we need the water to make obsidian with lava. When we get there, stairs can go away, our glass can go away, our magma blocks. Just clearing inventory space now. I know it's probably the most boring thing to watch, but it will prevent us from running out of space later on, which is always a pain in the butt. Unequivocally, probably one of the worst things in the game here, for me, is running out of space.
There we go.
Total headache.
No, middle. Come on, be a good goal. There you go.
There we go. So we're going to move that there. Put the water bucket. All right. So,
Back out.
piece of beef in hand. I think we're going to go down into the caves. See if we can't find any magma down here.
Back, stay. Alright.
I think the cave we busted into up one of our lines here
With very little effort.
had
no
some
problem
magma.
whatsoever. Now, the
And
next
we'll
thing to do is we need to
check
cover
that
the
out.
rest of his vision. Right now, he is going to be able to make eye contact with tall enough mobs over this thing because he's just a big guy.
There we go.
These
Oh, yes. This is what we wanted.
he will
Jackpot.
just barely,
So
unable to
let's,
see over
boom. There we go.
just barely.
We'll make
If
sure
you stand out
that...
here in your standard height, his eyes will be
Aha, so
That's not always exactly to do it, but if you look
now
at
we've
the
replaced
scale,
one of the blocks under here with lava, or have lava with
it is a
water, so there should be a water source block under here still,
is the
and then we
start
know
of
that
our farm.
a couple of
That
the
gives us something that the
these
slimes
at
will all be
least
moving
are
towards,
safe.
which means now
So we do that, boom,
oh sorry.
and there we go.
What is that you
Wonderful.
you might be wondering
So let's
why would the
just
slimes move towards
push
them in the first place. Well, slimes
Oh.
jump as they move. A size 2 slime will be tall enough that
So we'll-
jump, make eye
yeah,
contact, and
so
rush
there's-
right towards him like a I don't know, like a Pokemon trainer on a bad day. Something like that.
So we're gonna place water there, boom, haha.
Is a bit of surrounding area, which is going to act as the trap.
There we are. Boom. Excellent, excellent.
I'm thinking 3 wide. Yeah, I think.
So, I know I'm still really new at doing this, but to anybody who is watching these, thank you. Truly. It was a very happy thing for me when Riley asked me to join Goldtail for their this endeavor. And yeah, I'm having fun. I'm learning a lot of things about myself, about the game, about streaming, and I'm always happy that that at least a few of you seem to enjoy having me around, and I very much appreciate it.
Run right towards
Very much appreciate having all of you here.
and be
So.
jumping around on magma blocks, which should do a fine job of making sure that they don't survive. And all we need is
All
water in the
right.
area to both
So now that
down
the sappy
water
stuff is through,
while they're all nestled in against it.
once we have enough obsidian blocks, we're aiming for, well, I need 16 for the chest, but I'm also going to, we're going to go exploring in order to find a new place to build our home. So one of the first things I'm going to want to do when I get to that area is build a nether portal, because it's going to make the trip back and forth a lot faster if I can build one and make for a safe passage between one of the other portals and that one. So I'm going to need a minimum of the, what, I think 10? I think 10 is the minimum obsidian you need for a portal. So we're going to need that. We're going to need flint and steel with us, and we're going to need our ender chest. The upside to the ender chest is that if I die exploring, I'm not going to lose all the materials I wanted to use to build things. I will literally only lose the chest. Granted, that's not a great prospect either, because that's an Eye of Ender and 8 obsidian, but it is better than the alternative.
Right, sneaking. That's what it was. You can sneak on a magma block and avoid damage on them.
So,
That'll do.
sneaky, sneaky.
Let's move my horse a little further away in case.
Let's get this
Not
out and then see how much we've got. Okay, that is ground level, so that's good to know at least. There's not more beneath that. We've got 24 right now, so I want to keep going and get some more. Let's pop up here. Oops.
This is probably going to kill some of these cows, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. If you're wondering how I have a bunch of nice blocks, well, remember I mentioned before that I was running around and mapping things? Might release a video to that effect eventually. But as I was, I just found a whole lot of ruined portals, and magma blocks spawn naturally around them. Look at that, sneaky works.
Oh, poor Enob. Yes, glass is gonna be a big requirement for her.
The little ones make a little bit drawn into it, so it seems they can be kind of hard to know.
So, between streams, I went and during some of my exploring, I found a stronghold. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I am on fire. Why am I on fire? Oh, God.
Look at that lovely glow.
Oof. Up and out. And my water is gone. Or whatever.
For the next part of this, then, we're going to need an absence of this cow. There we are. No more cow. Oh yeah, the major reason for the swap is mostly because I didn't like spending the effort to try to find myself
29? 29 should be enough, especially with the extra one back home. If not, we will find more. Figure out what to do with that.
Well, and if nobody else sleeps, we're going to be able to
And the last thing I want to do is die in lava before we do any of that. Nighttime. We'll see what we can do. Our axolotls again here. Our bamboo defense. Most mobs can't pathfind through bamboo, which is wonderful, even though we can. So there we go. Let's go take a look and see if there's anything in our glow squid area. Oh.
Yeah, now's good.
Let's swap. So we've just put our pickaxe in our other hand because we have mending on it. So any XP we pick up will fix our expensive diamond pickaxe. There we go. Boop. Boop, boop. All right. So yeah, as we do this, the mending enchantment is super helpful. Any XP orbs you pick up while holding on to a mending item will, in fact, repair it. Unfortunately, it keeps you from getting that XP, but it's a small price to pay to fix a diamond pickaxe. If you get a diamond pickaxe down to almost broken, sometimes it can take like 20 plus levels to fix it, which is ridiculous. And that's on top of having to sacrifice another diamond pickaxe to it, or diamonds, to fix them. So not cheap, to say the least. Okay. Let's see here.
That's
Okay.
all we need more chests. Just make a few more chests. And then, with any luck, we should have this working. Though I suppose, since the hopper is there and has its own inventory, and we have a few unneeded extraneous items.
So I have to say that building the farms so far has been probably my favorite part of the game here. Yes, take the rail
Oh, I think they got
from
other one.
central.
Yep. So that's just sitting there for the time being.
Away from Riley's portal,
Just in
and
case
you'll
I'm doing all illegally here.
and you'll go right to it. So yeah, if she goes through the portal to the stronghold, it'll take her to it, but she's going to be basically stuck underground unless she digs upwards, because I left it enclosed. Let's go down and see if anything has come from this yet. Yes, we've got another floor glowing. So that's we haven't seen anything through the glass, but it's looking like it's working so far, which is great. So 7 sacks so far since we put the farm together, which is excellent. That's 7 sacks more than we could have asked for to begin with. Hopefully that will continue going along. Yeah. So, what is our next course of action? We need 2 ender chests. 1 to leave here to put our stuff in, and 1 to take with us. Boop, boop, boop. And we have 14 obsidian to make our next portal with. So let's put you there. We'll move our crafting table over elsewhere. Boop, boop. Move you here. Oh, we don't really use the loom much, so let's put the crafting table right there. We can still reach the loom. Perfect. So, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to see if this works. So, I've heard that furnaces will store XP so if you put something into it. So basically, when a furnace smelts something, it doesn't give the XP when it smelts or when it cooks. It gives the XP when you take the item out. Now, because a hopper does that automatically, it doesn't spawn the XP orbs. And this is what I've been told, anyways. So if you at a later time come back to it and take one of the items out, any XP that it has stored over time will be released. So with any luck, We're going to go from level 24 down here. And no. So that is not a true thing. You cannot store XP any longer with furnaces. That may have been a change that was made in 1.17. May have been made earlier. I don't know. But unfortunate.
We need something for the
So
to stand on. I think if we swap out something besides chests, he might actually be a little bit too tall for this to work like I'm hoping it will work. Not certain, but I'm not gonna mess with that quite yet. But slabs are a brilliant idea. Oh. And with them just a change of position of the hoppers.
that is unfortunate. But
Thank you, 1590.
it is what it is. So
We can slab up.
we're going to go on our adventure now. We have our diamond armor, diamond tools. We're going to have to repair our diamond shovel. I really don't want to... You know what? We're not going to take a diamond shovel with us. We're going to make 2 iron ones.
But one that we'll deal with. So, I think what we're going to do here is we're just going to change the ultimate setup a little bit. We're going to be taking out these guys down here. And then we're going to move this. And we're just going to move it one space outward. Oh no!
Oh no, Enob. Oh. Oh. Not cool. Not cool.
Or enough.
Oh.
She was doing that the creeper was so...
Oh. No, I think she's in the fortress. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, Enob. Well.
So what we're going to do here is put slabs
All right.
underneath
So let's see. It's getting near evening, so we're gonna wait to go outside. Let's see. Do I have a boat anywhere?
Right? I think so. Next, we will have our chests, which we can always reposition the chests later, but for the time being, we'll just go ahead and slap one down, say here. Now, all we really need to do is there we are. So we have a hopper going down into that, and as before, we're just going to hop everything else into these hoppers.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Unfortunate for our Cheddar Queen. So we're going to... We're not going to take our horse with us. But I think... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a boat. Let's see if it'll mix types of wood for a boat. That would be fun. It will not. All right. So, here we go. Boat time.
Yes, and get hopped.
Boat time. Boat. All right. So we have basically what we need with us. I'm going to see... You know what? I'm going to take the cooked mutton with me as well, just in case we run out of our steaks. Although, that shouldn't be too... Shouldn't happen too regularly. Alright, nighttime, gonna sleep. So, I'm gonna go through to the... into the nether, go through our nether portal to the stronghold. I'm gonna dig up from there, and then we're gonna go through the desert. Let's go through the desert, see if we can't find, say, a mountainous biome past that, which would be nice. That's where I kind of want to build our home. Now, we're not telling the others because they, of course, have fallen for our ruse that we are human. But I plan to build a spaceship for our home. A nice big floating saucer. Unfortunately, I am terrible at driving, so I think we may have to have it slammed into the side of a mountain. Yeah, that sounds about on brand for me. So, the plan, I'm probably not going to be starting it tonight. Tonight is just going to be finding, finding it. And you know what? I'm going to have to go back because I forgot our flint and steel. I also completely forgot to mention our automatic mine carts. This is the setup. Mumbo Jumbo from Hermitcraft actually came up with this, and the and so basically what it is the cactus breaks the minecart, drops it into the hopper. Hopper goes down into the dispenser. Because there's a slab on top of the cactus, I can't get close enough for it to hurt me, but the minecart does. So it pops, goes into there, goes into the dispenser. There is a pressure plate right here which activates the dispenser, and this deactivates the rail, and which is fantastic because it basically locks the minecart on this slant. When you right click on the minecart, you hop off of the pressure plate, and this all setup goes back to normal, which reactivates this and sends you on your way. Now we've got it set up so that we've got two stations here. This one goes to our stronghold. This one goes to Riley's portal over that way. And as we saw on the last collaboration stream, we have our central station. I have added in the beginnings of a gold exchange over here. We just need our piggies to do this here. But I have hoppers up above here. So what happens is when you press this button here, all 8 of these dispensers will fire down a gold. The pigs will pick it up, try to trade for it. The item will pop and drop into the hoppers here and be fed out into this chest. So it all works in theory. With my luck, it will not work in real. But the difficulty now is going to be finding 8 pigs to bring in here, because unfortunately a lot of our portals so far, doesn't matter where we've come from in the world, keep spawning in these basalt areas where the pigs do not spawn. So that is our main problem right now, but it is something we will work on. So let's head back through. I forgot a flint and steel, which we will need when we get to the other end to activate the portal there. And give us a quick way back after we've decided on an area that we want to live. So there we go, flint and steel. All right, off we go. It looks like our bees are working away. Oh yes, they're working away great. Excellent. Oh, I'm so very happy with all this. There's our glow squid. Yeah. Oh, and he's getting himself killed. That is even better. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so now he probably dropped his ink immediately on there, which means as soon as the minecart goes around, it will pick it up. If he had died in the middle here for any reason, his item would have floated up to the top here and then been pushed all the way to the side and down. And it would have gotten pulled down by the bubbles onto the magma blocks. And yeah, that would have worked as well. So when we come back, there will probably be some more glowing for us. Excellent, excellent. I couldn't be happier with that. So, now that we're here, let's see here.
Will slimes be able to parse that? Was it specific? This is Y value 64.
So we, one of the wonderful things I love about doing this big open spots with glass is you can see the mobs outside that can't do jack about you being here. So you can kind of taunt them. They can't even see you. It's great. There's a magma cube over there on top of our exchange. So let's boop. Yeah, I am so proud how these worked out. Mumbo is a genius when it comes to redstone builds. I added one little thing to it. I've added a redstone light, and that allows, basically gives you the AOK that the station is active when you step on it. So this lights up when you step on here, and yeah, I'm quite pleased with it. So in we go. We might see Enob on this side. Who knows? All right. So, she's housed her mule in here. You know what? I'm going to see if I can give her a hand. Let's see if she's... Oh, that's up. There's down. Boop, boop.
Presumably later. Very really amusing if that's a spawner down there, though. It's almost certainly not. They're going to be talking about Riley in a moment.
So,
Back to the gradual expansion of this wide area. Just relax, place some dirt. It's funny. I've never really been in or around much of the swampy areas myself. Not really my natural environment, so to speak. This sort of terrain always reminds me of the sort of shallow lake beds.
so we're gonna lead Enob to a bit of a little staging area we had when we first got here, and we're clearing the area out.
I was familiar with once upon a time. Not to get too nostalgic about it or anything, but fond memories of spending summers just running around dry beds and hoping to avoid the storms. Of course, always a bit of a hazard when you're as small as I am. Still, I guess that's part of the fun. That and the sibling. That's a story for another day. These almost use blocks faster than you expect. And of course, if I'm not careful, it's just going to turn off square, which I suppose is not really the aesthetic I was looking for. But I can live with
So,
it.
once again, Enob does not suspect our true nature, which is good. I don't think they could handle finding out that I am not, in fact, human. And honestly, it would be a failure of my mission if they did so. So we must keep it a secret.
side. And then I suppose I'll just. I assume some of these may end up sleeping at this point, but in the next
So we're using our pick with Silk Touch when we're doing the stone. Anything else is our other pickaxe with Fortune, because I like the stone for builds. Especially, it has an almost metallic look to it, like a dull metal. That'll look very nice for our ship, I think. That is personal opinion, of course. Oh, I hear a llama, which is a good sign. Oh, and a trader. Which tells me we are near the surface.
if it's just enough people on the server that we're just not easily getting such spawns. I'm sorry, that was more just internal here. Oh, no, there we are. Stuff is spawning. And looking awfully threatening over there, so it's time to get that shield out again. Do I have locks to go straight up? Probably not quite. So let's see if we can sneak around the skeletons. Get some more cobble. Yep, that'll do.
Oh yes, Fortune pickaxe for coal. Coal is great because you can form it into coal blocks, which burn a lot slower and are great for putting stuff through the furnaces.
Out of vision, out of mind.
So,
That's not how the saying goes.
oh yes, I can really hear him now.
Well, I should probably block that tunnel entrance. Forgot to bring up the water, didn't I? Go back down, or should we wait? Let's wait until morning in this room. Poor pickaxe will endure. A little bit of light up here, this sort of thing. So, as now we play the watching game.
There's our trader.
One spawn or many spawns? Or at least passed out of our reach. Oh, there he is. Let's platform a little close. Great if we could actually watch the first couple get watch it work on the first couple.
Ooh, he's got Podzol. But we have no emeralds, so
Are we quite? Just gonna go right above it to see if we can send it spawning zone. There it is. Yep, the slime jumped on in. And it's working. It's working.
so
Popping out. And then back in. Okay. Less worried about that now.
let's see. That's the only thing.
And then the
From the
littlest ones are going to
llama
be killed by
that
magma blocks, and
I
the
didn't
littlest ones are going
get.
to get killed by magma blocks, and anything they drop is just washed into those hoppers. And as you can see, all the little skeletons that are still moving around, and the creeper and the zombie are not being attracted.
All right. Well, hey,
So it's all
don't
good.
waste that stuff.
Huh, smaller slimes can spawn. Check that. So, yeah, with that we have a.
So,
is that one I already rated? Probably one I
Let's
already
see.
rated. Been all over this place. But I suppose this is the time that I The box on the ground isn't square either. I can take out a row of those magma blocks. That would explain why the water paths were uneven back when I was first looking at it as
Now
well.
let me...
Oops.
We're going to need to mark this cave.
They'll take a wee bit. They'll probably still function. But my sense of symmetry is going to...
That sounded like Enob found
down
another
there.
creeper to me. Yeah. Well, slime farm's working for Alex, so that means we have both a slime farm and a glow squid farm that are working.
I am going to be annoyed if I have to jump down out of here onto that horse and ride him out. Which is totally how I will handle the situation. Don't doubt me. I won't simply dive off and die. After all, there's water on top of those magma blocks. I'll survive one way or another. But that is a slime farm produced.
Now we're going exploring.
And I don't think we're going to be sitting here doing the farming particularly.
No, we used a couple of torches to light up around that cave, so we should be able to find our way back to it decently well if we need to. Although that's not really what we're here for. We are here to see what we can find for a nice area to build in. Also hoping to see maybe we can find a desert temple. I've only ever found one in the game, and I managed to blow it up by accident, even knowing what I was supposed to do. I accidentally triggered it anyways, which was dumb of me, to say the least.
There's another slime, but as before, I think he's a little too far out.
So,
Spot the iron golem. Now he spot them, and he's going in.
I'm gonna see what I can find this way. The desert zombie variant, which is kind of cool.
Oh, that's satisfying. That is very satisfying. And ever so slightly cruel, but I mean, who's walking into it? It's like flypaper.
Let's see.
So we'll fix up the left
So
lines.
that's not a big desert, unfortunately.
So replace.
So I doubt we're gonna find a temple anywhere here,
And
which is unfortunate. But we also have I'm guessing that's a savanna biome, which is kind of nice. Also, there are bunnies here, so we might be able to get them back to our base somehow. I'm not sure if they can pass through the nether or not, but we'll see. We will have to experiment. So this biome type is savanna. Yes, I was right. So
that reminds me.
it's back up that way for the cave to the stronghold.
I have reworked my shield design.
Let's see.
Not so much reworked as just gotten one of my banners onto it. You may have seen if you've been watching the other folks' streams. I took some time to put together banners for everybody.
Savannah is quite a nice area. Not really any mountains though.
Everybody else has gotten a look, and
That's
we have
not.
the full set of them up in the base in the middle of it.
Yeah, not really what I'm looking for. I want a tall mountain that we can put our ship partway into. But we'll see what we can find. You know, got to work with what you have. If we can't, I'll go bug Riley and see what he has over his way. Oh, I might have another desert here. Yes, another desert. Hey, it's a village. Desert village.
All right.
It's
So let's
not a
take care of the
temple,
couple of mobs
but
that are still hanging around,
it's going to be something
just on the principle that-
at least. So, let's see what we got.
All right. Let's double check. Aha! I knew it. So yeah, probably going to have to torch this area to get a little bit more thoroughly once
Let's see. We've got
slabs down, something to that effect.
1374, 65, 312. 1374.
But for the moment, let's just take out this water, get those magma blocks picked back up, and finish this thing.
There we go. So now we have the coordinates to everybody. F3, screenshot that. That just, we may never use it, but it does let us, gives us an idea of what, where we can find things. Keep a nice little database of information like that on hand for future references if we're ever, you know, needing something that you can only find in those areas. Oh, I got the lead. Okay, I found it. Good. It must have been kicking around in that area. Let's see. Smoker, don't need. Got one.
And we should probably both screenshot and announce in chat exactly where we are, just in case we do the thing. So we are at 6:30. Round numbers 640, 190.
Now, I don't know about desert ones. I don't think they have anything hidden under their houses. If I'm wrong, please point it out. But I know the ice ones, they definitely do. Apparently the igloos, some of them, if you dig up the area underneath the igloos, some of them will have a little dungeon underneath the house, which is interesting. Always good to have information on where the farms are. Slime farms are one of the things you can't build in just any biome. So Alex went out of his way to find one of the swamp biomes, the many swamp biomes around us, and built an entire slime farm in it for us, which is just above and beyond. You know, buttons as decorations, awesome. I'll have to remember that. It's a good look. Ooh, chest. Just wheat and cactus. Ah, it's like you guys got nothing good to steal. Why even live? Jeez. Got some animals. And again, this is a small desert biome. So I'm not really thinking there's going to be a temple anywhere near here. Unfortunate. But if we keep our bearings, what I'm going to do, I'm going to use some, let's use the andesite. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2. 1, 2. This will let us know that we want to go that direction to get back to the cave, if we come back across this area. So, let's go up to the top of this hill, see what we can see from it, and plan our next move from there. Oh, we might be, yeah. Oh, that might be fun, actually, if I shear that off, we could have it slammed right into the side there and the village nearby. Although, you know what, let's go take a look this way and then we'll go that way. This way to see if we can find a temple in the area, and the other way to see if there's a better mountainside. Although that one would be kind of cool. I don't think it'll be big enough for what we want. So, let's see. I always love the formations that show up. Some of them are physically impossible even by Minecraft's physics, because they'll spawn in the sand and then randomly take chunks out. So you get things like that right up there, where the sand isn't actually supported by anything, which by its own physics model doesn't work. Like it literally should collapse, because without a supporting piece, sand is affected by gravity. However, because nobody has interacted with it, it hasn't refreshed since its generation, so it doesn't fall, which is kind of cool, and can also be very dangerous if you're walking along and hit the sand underneath you. It can cause a huge collapse. I have seen more than a few people get dropped into a ravine that way.
Right. So, with that done, that was that should have been a little quicker than I expected. That was the main goal I had for this session.
So, in fact, here's a fun little, if you do this, boom, that's kind of a small version of what you end up seeing with some of it. The best ones, it's like a whole cable collapse over. Oh, there's an even better looking mountain.
There we are. Eggs can stay, the emeralds are coming.
So,
let's get ourselves back to base.
Let's just go explore this way here. We're just going to explore the desert a bit. That really, the glow squid farm was all I really had planned for this stream. So I'm just going to have some fun looking for the perfect place for our base.
Wait a second, which direction?
Let's see. Force a habit. Is this a ravine? Ravine. Hoo-hoo.
So let's ride on back to base.
That
We can always
is
spend the rest of the time chatting with our
a
fellows
heck of a
and
place.
having a little bit of fun.
So,
And of course, prettying up the local base a little more. Since
let's see here.
The little Fort Mouse needs a little more work, I think. The original plan was simply to have it be an intermediary fortress somewhere that we can begin with. It is filling that role quite sufficiently. West. No, I think east. But
Yeah, so I'm not going to go any further that way.
no, that's definitely west.
I think we're going to go this way here. See what...
But regardless,
Because I'm kind of liking the idea of being up this way.
Sprawling mess of buildings, courtyards, and gardens surrounding a central area. The thing that I want to work on is less.
So the idea I had for the base here is a flying saucer kind of half sticking out the side of a sheer cliff face. Half of it being inside, half of it being outside, with a sort of a tractor beam that goes up and down. Now, yeah, it hopefully it's going to be it's going to work out quite nicely. I think it will. Lots of opportunities for some fun designs on it. Yeah. I also wanted to make it far enough away from everybody else's stuff that hopefully when we flip into the Nether again with our portal, it might be in a different biome that we can use. So, fingers crossed on that. Let's see. Interesting spot, but
Shoot.
so, oh, we have spawns. Enemies, enemies, enemies. Boop. I'm gonna put. No, no. I don't have anything with mending that needs mending right now, so I'm just gonna get the loot for or the XP for myself.
Not know that would happen. Of course, it means that the moment I'm out of it, they're gonna come for me, doesn't it? Let's go.
Alright. So if I can get to 30, that would be nice. So I can do some enchanting. I have a shovel that doesn't have any enchantments on it yet. Go from there on that. But
there we are.
Almost wish you could dye water to be a different color. Then we could have a flow out like this from the ship that's been crashed, but dyed a different color, and it would look like some sort of alien coolant or fuel that's just been flowing out from its engines. I mean, we can... Oh, we've got a well over there. Not a temple. Oh, thank goodness. Alex slept. That means... I think it was Alex. He was the one asking. That means less mobs for me to deal with, which is good. Creepers, unfortunately, stay spawned. They don't burn up like the others. Wells don't have anything under them, so unfortunately, while being a neat little thing, they're not really a... they don't give you anything, so they don't really have a value. It's just kind of neat to see them in the middle of the desert. Nothing around them. Now, I do want to be here, I think. We'll have to see what is nearby, because I like that big arch there. That... maybe if there's another big mountain behind it, that would be great, because then I could pretend that we slammed through this one with the superior craftsmanship of a Griblian ship, survived, and slammed into the next area. But unfortunately, I don't think there is one there. Ooh. We're getting some interesting mountainous generation, which is promising. So, let's see. Not big enough. So.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello.
Hello. I'm
Greetings
back
once
at long
more.
last. Yes, thank you very much.
Salutations.
Hello everyone.
I am exploring and trying to find a nice mountainous region to build my mobile home. My mobile home.
Nice.
Ooh, dramatic. I think I
Yes.
might be able to help with that.
Aha.
In fact, where are you at the moment?
I am a ways from our stronghold portal. I'm probably going to be heading back that direction, as I'm just not finding what I want out here. I figured I'd go that way because it's far away in a direction most folks weren't, but
I actually don't remember where our stronghold portal is, but
I don't know that you've ever been.
No, I don't think I have.
But I will be coming back shortly to our main farm area.
You see, chat, this is why you make maps.
Oh,
Maps are for the weak.
maps are for the weak. What the heck? Get out of here, zombie. I have had a time and a half, let me tell you.
Oh?
Getting this skeleton spawner has been a challenge that I never really expected it to be. But it is working, and it is working beautifully.
Wonderful.
Good.
Yes, it just took almost 4 hours. Gee.
Sorry. What was that? Almost 4 hours, did you say?
4 hours to make a simple spawner farm.
Now, is it a automated farm where they die on their own, or do you attack?
You
to
attack.
get
It's
the
one of
last
those
one?
where a water stream shoots them up,
Oh,
and
good.
then you kill them when they land, and they're one shot, which is great.
Oh, excellent.
It has just been quite the task to get everything set up the way that it should be, and there were lots of different obstacles in the way, which was not a lot of fun. The first being that when I actually found the spawner, when I got to the spawner, a creeper blew it up.
Oh,
So I used mod powers and decided, screw that, and I recreated the spawner, which took an hour to figure out the actual commands that work with our server. I do not know why.
bending
but I
space
feel
and time
really
is
dumb.
not a simple task.
No, it is not. So, yeah, that was a
What's that
challenge.
called? You. This needs to be renamed. That needs to be renamed later. Sorry. Just
Go
found
ahead.
one of
Yeah,
my
no,
maps
that's
that was
fine.
randomly renamed You.
Interesting.
And I can't imagine that was anything but my fault, but I have no idea when or where that would have occurred.
That's kind of hilarious.
I finally found a name for my horse.
Excuse me. Oh, you did, huh?
Yes, I decided to name it after the greatest video game character on the planet from Witcher 3.
Oh, really?
Mario?
No, from Witcher 3.
Oh, specifically from Witcher 3.
Yes, or Witcher in general.
Okay.
Roach.
Roach.
The horse that defies physics.
Of course.
I'm afraid this means nothing to me. I haven't played that series yet.
It's pretty funny, just that he calls his horse Roach.
Every animal he has ever owned has been named Roach.
Yeah.
Roach, I believe, even in the games, it's not the same Roach in each game.
Oh,
but
interesting.
His horse is always Roach. Every animal he's ever owned is Roach. There have been cat roaches, dog roaches, if I'm remembering correctly.
That's pretty funny, honestly.
Yes.
That is. Also, I'm sure I showed my chat before, but I'm still very proud of this.
Proud of. Oh, did you link it?
Oh yeah, I think both of you have seen it. The mouse door.
Oh, yes. Oh, I love that.
Yes. Great way of taking advantage of the game's weird physics.
Right. That's amazing.
Of course, I saw it and immediately tried to push myself through it, thinking that it was going to be one of those weird, weird physics.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I admit, I'm thinking about ways I could possibly make it accessible. And the worst part is, I think I see a way.
Oh no.
It'd be really silly.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know that there are ways to cheese small doors using drip leaf, I think it is.
Okay.
Because drip leaf, when you stand on it, will eventually drop you a square underneath it. And then I think there's a way to make it so that you're crawling when that happens.
Interesting.
Actually,
Okay.
it just occurred to me. I now have slime balls and a steady supply of slime balls.
Oh,
I can
no.
make slime pistons.
Yeah.
The redstone
Oh.
work begins.
Yeah. Now you're really moving.
Uh-oh.
Can begin in earnest.
I have known the mouse long enough to know that this is not a good thing.
Hey, as long as he's having fun,
True.
that's the big thing. I'm just doing the
Yes.
final touches of my skeleton spawner. I'm pretty happy with how it looks, all things considered.
Excellent.
But man, it has been a chore. It has been a chore.
Wonderful.
I'm not eager to make another spawner anytime soon. I'm pretty content with where we are.
Speaking of spawners, next time you're at the farm, take a look and see the Glow Squid Ink farm.
What did Enob do?
What did you do?
Yeah. Immediately, that's my thought. Gas levies were clipping through the tunnel. Oh my god, that's funny.
Oh, good
That's
stuff.
funny. Oh,
I suppose I'll need to show my chat that eventually too.
Tickle them.
give them a squeeze. Milk
How
them.
Oh,
many
God.
tickles?
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Ah.
I'm sure one of them has already got the pun and is just absolutely despising me right now.
Yeah.
Yep. Mhm.
Good.
Yep. That's why
Good.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything because I saw it and I'm like, nope, you can't do it.
I'm not going to be part of this.
Nope. No more. I've had enough.
All right.
Had enough abuse.
So, if anybody needs sand for glass, go into the stronghold portal. There is a tunnel off to the right that goes up to a
Okay.
room that again proceeds upwards and will take you out pretty much just right near a desert.
Oh.
So, good access to that.
I did all of that. Oh my goodness, I can see the little dirt right there in the very middle of the map, off to the on the far left is
Yeah.
the little tube that goes to my skeleton spawn. Oh my goodness.
You're gonna have to dress it up then.
Yeah. My plan is to put a boat over it. to
Oh,
construct
yes.
a boat. But that will probably be a project for another time because I don't know how to do boats. So I'm gonna have to do some research on that.
How to do which?
How to build boats.
Oh, like okay, yeah,
Yep.
Define boat.
like the shipwrecks.
Yeah, like a shipwreck sort of thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that way, like, you get, like, it'll disguise the tubes well enough, and then you just get onto the boat, you go down into it, and then boom, you're at the skeleton spawner, and you come back up, and then you're good. So that's the big thing, is just disguising the kind of ugly way that it is now.
Yes.
Oh, hello. Oh yeah, I dug all this out. That's right.
And while I was away, the Glow Squid farm produced another 5 ink sacks.
Nice. Excellent.
So
Excellent.
yeah, it is. It's motoring.
That is brilliant. I cannot wait. I need a bunch of those just to finish my my storage wall because I'm using signs and lighting them up with the glow squid ink, and it looks really great.
Oh, nice.
Wow, I've never put lava in a bucket. Jeez.
I'm going to be doing something similar with the control panels in my motorhome.
Oh, nice.
My mobile home.
So your motor home, your mobile home.
Yes, one of
Do let me
those.
know when you're back to your base.
Tiny
I'll-
houses.
we'll pop over and I'll show you a couple of maps and show you some of the better mountains that I've seen.
All right, I
Ooh.
am back right now. I'm just sorting materials.
Suppose that means I should probably stop fiddling with eventual redstone builds then, and run on over.
If you wish to.
Let me just get the initial mechanism of this one in place. You know,
Considering items that I wish to use to build my house.
my base is looking pretty promising. I really need to make it more than some weirdly shaped walls, but
Yeah.
we're making progress. We're making progress. Okay, now what I need is a lever and a trapdoor.
So chat can already see how this works. This will pull. Then, Now it's just a matter of hooking it up to a mechanism to get that to work, and really that should be fairly basic. Fairly basic, that is. And I think I see just the sort of gimmick I'm going to want to do with it. We'll get more of those later. Got another thing growing back there.
Yes.
But let's just...
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is a something that comes out. So if I put this here...
I'm finally going to be able to do enchantments without pulling my hair out, getting levels. This is going to be so nice.
I may have to come and use it at some point.
Feel free.
It's all going to be a matter of what can be seen from... Oh, yeah. I think it's gonna have to-
Unfortunately, it seems that the store XP in the furnaces isn't working, at least for me. I don't know if that's not working
Odd.
at all anymore. But
Yeah, that's really strange.
you used to be able to bank it basically by just continually feeding items in and out. And then when you pulled the last item out manually, you would get the XP for all of the smelting that had been done.
Right.
Now,
And it
unless
doesn't do that
somebody's been
anymore.
sneaking into my base and pulling items out.
I don't think so.
Nope.
No.
Not lately, anyway.
I don't think you guys would have.
I would have told you
Yeah.
if I
Same.
yeah.
Every time I've gone in and grabbed something, it's been something that we've mentioned.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
from my side.
Mostly because it's like farm results, since you have giant stacks of iron.
Okay, no joke. I can't wait for you guys to see this spawner. I'm actually pretty proud of how it came out.
As far as the farms go, I want to make it clear once more. These are not my farms. They are our farms.
Oh, well, that's very nice.
I
of you.
built them for everybody to benefit.
But of
Good.
course, and thank you.
No
So,
worries.
speaking of our benefit and such things, I'll head towards your base at present. You're still there?
Yes, I am. In fact, I should probably make a map
Actually,
for my area.
if you do,
There they go.
I'll recommend one of the earlier zooms. Basic zoom map is just the one chunk is the map, I think. Either that or only slightly zoomed out from there, and it starts at a scale of 1 pixel is 1 block.
Okay.
Every time with a cartography table, you can zoom it out up to 4 times by adding paper.
Mhm.
Every time you do, scales it out to the point that if you do it all 4 times, then a pixel is an entire chunk. So I think each one brings it up by a scale of...
That would be too much.
Jackie,
Would it be
it's not that it's a communist server. It's that we're happy to share.
Yes.
Sharing is not inherently communist.
It may be
Yeesh.
apparent now, but I was raised in Canada, where we tend to be of the mindset of sharing. Not completely, but it's part of who we are.
Yeah.
Where did I put those extra item frames, huh?
I'm getting a traffic jam. And, oh, now it's going. Okay. That guy with the
Do I
armor
just
come
have a
through?
bunch of
He
item
did.
frames hanging up on a wall back here? Is that still a thing?
What?
Surely not. I can't remember where my item frames went to, and I'm having trouble remembering if I dumped them into a chest somewhere. They're probably in the chest upstairs. 1 sec.
Don't see any more glow squids right now, but let me take a look. It's
These
been
guys are so weak that I can punch them to death. This is great. Oh, except this guy, apparently.
Did I say 5 glow sacks earlier?
Mm-hmm.
7 now.
Oh, nice.
So
Okay.
it's basically happening. There's no axolotls in there with them, so they're spawning and then like ramming themselves into the magma
Oh my
flux and dying. So
That's actually kind of hilarious.
yeah, it is. I may need to
Wait, that was raw, wasn't it? Nope.
fill in some of the water areas nearby to prevent regular squids from spawning.
Oh, yes.
And that may impact their spawn rate. So
Okay.
we'll have to see.
If anybody needs some mostly broken bows, just let me know. I got plenty.
Oh, excellent. Perfect for dispensers.
Oh, and the thing I was mentioning before is I think maps that are at least maps that are copied from each other are entwined, so that if one of them gets updated, so does the other.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
I-
you're right.
To
Yes,
prevent
because,
that, you have to use a pane of glass in the cartography table with the map.
Right.
to lock
right.
it.
So I think I'm eventually going to have to remove the markers that are currently on the maps, just briefly. Get a copy of the completed version unmarked, just so and then isolate those with the glass, just so we can have some unmarked before maps, if you take my meaning.
Of course.
Eventually, the ones I'm going to share, I think, are going to be the marked version. But if you really don't want that on them, it's just a matter of pop the banner, update the map. Of course, that would mean that if we all are using copies of the same big scale maps, anytime you break a banner and it updates as no longer being on the map,
It would be
It would-
on everybody's.
yep.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
But at the same time, you could also restore it then just by replacing the banner or right-clicking on any other banner that was in the local area.
Right,
Thing, I
right.
have arrived at your base. The spawners are looking.
Wonderful.
Sorry, not the spawners. The farms are looking fine. You've got some armored horses hanging around.
Yes. Roach is the one in the diamond armor.
Ah, but of course.
I,
You've got
oh.
an old bee box and a new bee farm, it looks like.
Yep.
Where are you at?
I'm inside
All right, in that case, I'm going to leave my my
the
horse. with you
perfectly
fellows.
normal human home.
Let us come on in then.
I am honestly addicted to watching these skeletons go up this little elevator.
Zoop.
Zoop.
So, to
Hello.
allow us to both see the maps at the same time, rather than just,
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and set them up. So
Okay.
let's do it. That'll do.
I know, chat, this is probably not the most exciting thing to just watch these skeletons go up, but I'm actually purposely trying to get at least 36 levels so I can do some enchanting. So
You cannot place them. Oh, there you go.
There we go. Now, let's just take a quick peek at which one's which. All right, this one should go here. Then we've got... This is the upward one.
Skies above, you've been busy.
This is Enob's, which she has been filling out, not I. Just
Uh-huh.
just on the record and all that. There's this is the one with Riley's base on it, which is now twisted. Let's go ahead and get that. Something feels wrong about this. Oh, that's what's wrong. This is Riley's. That's the other one. There we are. And then we've got this one adjacent with. You can see the big
Wow.
ocean outline.
That is something.
You can see the British Isles up there. Riley is evidently on. Not far enough away to be Iceland. Ireland, I guess.
There you go.
Ireland, okay.
All right, central area, which actually has our current location and marked with green and the banner because,
Yes.
of course.
Of course.
And I do believe. Oh, that's hilarious! I didn't realize the words would rotate with it.
Mhm.
All right. So this is the map as it stands.
Okay.
You are there, as you see.
Yes.
My base is essentially directly south, just before that bigger plateau. You see the one teeny tiny red square or brown square.
Yes, I do.
I actually no, sorry, I'm thinking of it the wrong way around. My base is on this section of map. Sorry, go ahead and slap that back on. I think I'm in your inventory.
Nope.
Did it stack with? Do I have have two of these? I have two of these. All right. I'm actually on the section of it just to your west, essentially.
Okay.
So my bit is on that base. Pedunks is nestled in on this map segment, same as you, but on this the chunk of mountains towards the southern end. If you see how there's that chain of mountains that splits it in two.
I believe so.
So yeah, this one right here.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Her base can be found right in that cluster of mountains right before it branches out towards the west and then moves east again.
All right.
Swift James is found near the corner of the map up here, right before where Enub stuff started taking over.
Right.
So it's right in this general area. He's dug into a cliff face of sorts,
Okay.
and Enub is nestled right into the middle of this jungle down here.
Hmm.
Where this jungle basically just continues south for a little ways and west for some time, as I recall, but we haven't gotten that mapped yet. Meanwhile, Riley is in this little dot of island here that's isolated because we got there when I was doing the mapping. I got there by portal and still haven't explored the ocean
yes.
around it.
Fair.
So the little dot there in the middle is right where he's set up.
All right.
That's pretty funny.
Meanwhile, Swift James, no, sorry, not Swift James, but Renard is set up in the mountains just to the north by northwest of where you're currently at.
So up over there. Okay.
All of the other mountains that are around this area are awfully pretty, to be perfectly frank. The Pedunks mountain chain has a lot of ups and downs and interesting structures to it. The one to the northeast, you see that cluster to the almost due east of Riley's base. That one is adjacent to a big old spruce forest just above it, the taiga biome.
Yes.
And it has, it is also a fair bit of chunkiness to it, shall we say. Though a bit far east on the edge of that map, if I remember correctly, has more in the way of arches and interesting structures along those lines.
Okay.
Whereas the chunk south here, on the eastern edge of Padunk's map,
Yes.
is there's a couple of them with sort of a swampy area that breaks them up, because of course we can't get away from the swamps.
Right.
Meanwhile, on my chunk of map here, while I'm not set up especially close to mountains, is that angled correctly? Here, one sec. Let me spin this quick.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I think that's correct. So
Yes.
the chunk of mountains due south, or to the southwest, or to the due west. None of those are ones that I'm set up on. I'm essentially just a little ways
Okay.
to the I think I'm to the south, to the southwest.
All right.
I'm near those mountains, but not in them. So any of these mountains would be fair game to aim for, depending on how close you want to be to people's bases.
Okay. Now, have you encountered any mountains that are exceptionally tall, sheer-faced?
Let's see. I think your best bet for that would either be the beginnings of this chunk up here.
Okay. So like this corner here?
Yep. Or I think this mass of them to the essentially due west of where you're currently at has there, as you can see, there's a little bit of rolling slopes with the green, where you get the difference between the green and the white, where the white is literally just snow cover.
Yeah.
But the chunk that's solid white in there and then has solid green and like swamp looking area around it.
Mm-hmm.
That chunk. Oops, sorry. Let me get out of your way.
Sorry.
That chunk is a bit more stark, as I remember. It has less build up to it. We might be able to ride out that way. I can of course show you to them, or just lend you with a bloody map if you want to ride on your own.
I may wish to borrow it because I don't think I'll be doing much more riding out today. I think I'll be doing more exploring later.
Very good.
So I may borrow it just to make a copy.
Amusingly enough, I actually have a copy on me.
Oh, wonderful.
So I think this is, yeah, here.
Thank you.
Yep, that's the chunk containing my base. If and when I update it to have...
Much appreciated, comrade.
but of course. But yeah, that has the good chunk of mountains there from the south all the way sweeping up to the west.
Oh,
Something
wonderful.
in there will probably do.
Yes, it does seem so. Wonderful.
And if I spot anything especially noteworthy, I'll take a couple of screenshots while I'm thinking about it.
I do appreciate that.
So, need to look at this any longer?
No, I think we're good.
All right, would you back up just a little bit so they don't go into your inventory as I take these off? And I'll grab the frames back.
Wonderful. Thank you again.
Oh, happy to. Glad to help. And let's see. I believe I actually have a copy of this as well, so here. Take this one in advance.
Wonderful.
This is also going to let me test a little more as to whether or not they update universally or not.
Yes.
But that's the map containing
And here,
this.
a gift for you.
Oh. Oh.
I know
that's
that
gonna be
you've got slime, so you can start doing some great redstone stuff. Honey blocks are going to be a huge help for that.
Absolutely.
So feel free to hit up the apiary on your way out as well.
Thank you so much. The honey blocks are going to make a lot of things possible here.
Yes. Donations of glass are always welcome because that machine just eats them up.
We'll start with. I'll just start by making 12 out of those into 3 honey blocks right away. You can have those back.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, yes, I forgot that happens. Oh. Well, I'm going to go and... Why don't you empty out the honey in this and make blocks for yourself, and I'll cycle them back in the machine.
Oh, sure. One sec. Just do a quick little bit of that crafting. That was perhaps the silliest way to do it. I proceeded to take these stacks of 16 and spread them individually.
Of course.
All right. Still 2 remaining. I'm going to. Actually, that's a question. Are they used for any other form of crafting other than making honey blocks?
Let's see here. Not that I know of.
All right. In that case, I'm just going to leave those 2 on hand. And where do they feed back into the machine?
Right up here. This chest is bottles only. The other side is shears only.
There we go. Stack and a quarter.
Much appreciated.
And 22 honey blocks to work with. So yeah, thank you again. That helps a lot.
No worries.
So, you have the maps you need, and I think with that, I'm going to ride briefly back to my base and fiddle with a little more redstone.
Once again, much appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
I will be closing communications for now so that I can speak to my chat, and then I will probably be ending for today.
Very good.
So-
As the one quick reminder, if the big benefit of also carrying the map that has your base on it is your location will be marked in the on the edge of it, so you'll be able to see whether you're above, beneath, or towards a corner of it.
Ah, yes, and it'll tell me which way I need to go in order to get back there.
Exactly. And since that map does have your banner, specifically the one over your old apiary marked, you will be able to run it precisely towards your base.
Excellent.
All right. So feel free to talk to your chat, and I'll talk to you a little later.
Thank you again. All right. Thank you again, Podlings, for being with me tonight. I believe I am going to call it here. Before we do, we're just going to go over what we've done today. We did a bit of exploring, assisted Enob in finding a vast supply of sand near our strongholds. This can be taken away now, as it was done. Oh, and it looks like something was just killed down there. Might have been an axolotl, unfortunate. But we have finished our glow squid enclosure. Glow squids spawn into here and are pushed, either pulled down into the magma blocks or will be attacked by any sort of axolotl or the like that come in here, dropping their items as they do, which will float to the top, be pushed by the water here to the edges, where the magma blocks will pull them down into the minecart below that is running around the perimeter, which we should be able to hear. Yes. And that will give us our glow squid ink that we can use for many applications otherwise. Very hard to come by otherwise. They only spawn in complete darkness in water below the z-axis of 63. So we've built it so that anything below that white marker inside, where the water runs down to, is Z level 63. So anything below that will spawn our glow squids. I may at a later time go in and fill in part of the river over here to prevent regular squids from spawning, like this guy, because those will take away some of the spawn ability of the glow squids. But I would say that tonight was a qualified success. I believe in their streams, Alex managed to build a slime farm, which is always difficult because it does require a specific biome, can only be done in a swamp. And Riley had an even more difficult go at building a skeleton farm for XP, because, again, that can only be built in the way he built it, around a naturally generated spawner. You cannot move or build spawners in basic Minecraft in survival mode. He unfortunately did have to rely on a console command at one point, simply because a creeper surprised him and destroyed the spawner itself. He sounded conflicted about having to do so, but really, what are we here for if not to have fun? And that kind of frustration isn't fun. So, with our blessing, definitely, I think it was okay to do that. So, off stream, I will be continuing my search for a good home for us. Once I have found one, I will stream with you while we build our ship. Beyond that, tomorrow night, while not streaming myself, I will be helping Riley Arlick with his Monster Hunter stream. I don't have a capture card myself, so I won't be streaming it. But I will be co-oping with him. I believe Alex may as well, depending on availability. The three of us have quite consistently been running around on there. Beyond that, I may have another game I'm looking at starting up on Mondays. For now, I believe Control is one I'm looking at, more or less a action adventure set inside a SCP-like facility. And I've never played it before, so I am going in blind, which will be an interesting experience. Set in stone, though, Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time, we are going to be playing Gartic Phone with both the Goldtail crew, some of us, as well as one or two friends from outside coming in. So that will be fun, especially since we have a couple of artists in the group. So we're going to see what transpires. So once again, I am Zafane Human Person, 17th rank infiltrator of the Griblian Empire, and thank you to all podlings who have watched the stream and have spent the night with me here. It is always a pleasure to spend time with you, and I am looking forward to the next one. Thank you, and good night.